tried to fix that, what's it called? Text-to-speech thing that guy asked us to do, like edited the URL because I asked ChatGPT and it said that it was a problem with the URL, so I changed it, but I don't know if it works or not, but if it doesn't, then I'll have to get a new software probably to then try that instead, really, but yeah. But other than that, I've been like looking at just different Airbnbs and stuff like that for, because I said about going on holiday to Italy maybe, and it's like a bit expensive really, because it's like £300 for like 2 weeks. So, I don't know if that means it works. I don't know. Find out. But yeah, it's like £300 for like a week or whatever, and that place that I stayed at in Japan in Osaka was like 150 quid for a week, so it's too expensive to stay in Italy really. Well, because it's just more money than it was in Osaka really, but the only other sort of cheaper places were like Vietnam and Brazil for some reason. So I was looking at them, but yeah. Well, because like Japan's like really cheap. There's only like Korea and like Japan's like weirdly cheap for some reason for a week. I don't know why, but even like I was looking at like different places in Europe, and like they're all mostly like 300 quid for like a week, which is like way more than what I paid for even 2 weeks in Osaka. Yeah, well, I was looking at the Philippines and Thailand, but like the flights are like the same price as going to Japan really. Like even Vietnam I just looked at, and it's the same price as going to Osaka really, what I paid for, and like I don't know if it would be that much different really. Yeah, move my phone back a bit, get cut off. Yeah, so I don't know if Vietnam would be any different really, and like the prices for the flights are like the sort of similar prices Japan really, so I don't know if it's really that worth it. But when I was looking at Brazil, it's like slightly cheaper, and it's only like 150 quid or something like that for 2 weeks, which is even cheaper than what I paid for. All the other random places that I looked at were more expensive. It's just a bit strange, like why is it so cheap? But I don't know really. Well, because if I do go for 2 weeks for somewhere, it's just gonna get moaned at by the job centre again, which it was annoying really, even though they kept pestering us like, oh, you need to give us a reason why you didn't go for the appointment, and then when I did, they took money off us anyway, so it was basically just a waste of time. So I don't really know if like does it really matter if I get moaned at by the job centre? I don't know, but it's just that's what will probably happen again if I go for 2 weeks for somewhere. So that's why I just thought about maybe going for a week. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know really. Well, because like when I was looking at Thailand or the Philippines, I don't know, it looks a bit run down really, but I don't know really. Because obviously I haven't been, but just like looking at Google Maps, obviously. But I probably want to book something shortly really, because it's just getting sort of a bit boring, like hanging around really, and like every week's the same really, like applying for some random job to keep the job centre happy and then not getting anywhere, and then just I can't really do anything about it. So like it's just getting a bit annoying really. Like it's probably just better to book somewhere up really, but I don't know if my brother would want to go with us because I've got to give him loads of warning of like when I'm gonna book the holiday up, and he says he hasn't got any money left because he lost loads of money on cryptocurrency and stocks apparently. I don't know. Well, because like Philippines seem pretty cheap, but like I don't know really, because I'd have to have a look really, because the hotels and stuff are cheap, but it's like the flights are the most expensive thing, because you've got to fly all the way there, and like I think it goes off the distance of the flight of like how expensive it is. So I don't know. It's just because I was looking at different places, because obviously I thought like Italy might be nice to go to, but it's like too expensive really, because I was looking at even random places in Europe like uh, Poland and Croatia and stuff like that, but it's still a lot more expensive than what it was even in Osaka. But I'll probably go and cook some pasta in the meantime. Well, I probably won't be long because I've got to wait for it to cook, but so I'll be back shortly. I won't take that long. But yeah, I'll probably have to wait until the end of the month until I get some money from the job centre. But even then, I don't know if it'll be enough. But it might be. But I'll have to. But I don't know if it'll be like rushing around really trying to book something because I'm bored really. But yeah, I'll have to see how like it'll. Well, I've got like 500 quid and it'll be like 300 and something. So like 800 quid, something like that, really. But yeah. But I don't know, it's just the same as sort of the like 7 Up, the similar sort of amount to what I had to save up for Osaka, really. But so I don't know really. But, like it's just like, is it really worth like saving a bit of money really just to go somewhere sooner really when I've got to save up money anyway? But so I don't know. But other than that, like I don't know, just went to the job centre and did some course thing yesterday and just had to listen to some woman randomly ramble on it in the course. But well, I guess it means I don't have to get moaned at by the guy at the job centre for as much, but still, nothing's really any different. But yeah. But I'll probably, still need to change that money into and stuff like that. But even then, like, what's the going on holiday is not really going to change anything because it's not like I have any money to. Well, because I looked just today, but there's like the cheapest places are like Vietnam or like Brazil for some reason, even for 2 weeks. Like there's places in Brazil for like 150 quid just for 2 weeks for some reason. But the flights are still expensive, obviously. But when I looked at Italy, like the most of the part of Italy, really entirety of Italy, like it, most of the places were like 300 quid. So I don't know. I don't know if it'll be too expensive, really. But if I could save up for a bit longer, then it might be alright. But well, it's either like paying more for like a place to stay, or like and having a cheap flight, or like paying for somewhere cheaper and having to pay more for the flight that's more expensive. So I don't know really. I'm just cooking some more pasta at the moment, so I'm just waiting for that for a bit, and I was gonna go back to bed because I was tired, but I thought I may as well do this because it would have been too late otherwise. Probably. but like if I do it at the end of the month, I've like barely got enough to go somewhere. But like it would just be trying to like doing like an insane amount of budgeting to try and go anywhere really, because obviously I need enough for food as well, and like yeah, like obviously I'd have to save up a bit of money for that, but it's obviously not as much really. But yeah, see what my pasta's like, and I'll come back. Well, I don't think it really makes that much of a difference really when I look really, like maybe it's like slightly cheaper if you do it months in advance, but like I don't think it makes that much of a difference. But like I said, I'd probably have enough money even if I did go somewhere. But I guess I'll have a look. But I'd like have like 800 and something quid at the most, really, and well, it's not really that much, really. Because even the places in the UK that I looked at, it's for like a wooden hut, pretty much. It's like £900 for a week, so it's like way more expensive, really. But yeah, so I don't know. I'll have a look, I guess. But my brother asked us to go to Leeds today, but he says he doesn't have that much money left because he's lost loads of money on cryptocurrency and stocks apparently. So he said he could only afford like some green tea thing at some restaurant that he wanted to go to, but so I don't know if I'd be that bothered. And he did say that he might want to go somewhere with us on holiday, but if he's only got like £5 left in his bank account, then obviously he can't. So yeah, and I don't know if it would like be annoying having to wait for him to see if he can get time off or not. But yeah. Well, because like when I looked at Italy, like it's like £300 for like a weekend, and the flights are like 250 quid, something like that. So it's like 500 and something probably. So I guess overall it is slightly cheaper than going to like Vietnam or the Philippines or like Thailand or wherever, because like the flights are more expensive. Because that's the main thing. Is like the flights are like insanely expensive. Like when I went to Osaka, it was like 900 quid. But yeah, I guess that's why it's obviously more because it's longer distance, obviously. But I don't know, like at least it would be something different for a YouTube video, but in general, for me, it wouldn't be really anything different. Well, temporarily, but like, yeah. It doesn't really change anything, but I guess it would make for a more interesting YouTube video. I guess that's something more worthwhile. Or I could just save up more money and just go back to Japan again, but it's like just constantly going back to Japan just because it's like decently cheap and not some like I don't know, third world country pretty much. So. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look really, but it depends how much money I'll get because they got email from the job centre saying that they give us too much money and they're gonna have to take more money off us apparently, which is a bit annoying. But it's only like they said it would only be like 25 quid that they'd have to take off us. But yeah, I guess I don't know. Well, because it's like Japan's alright, but it's just like constantly going back to the being annoying. But yeah, because I only get the money that I get from the job centre, and it's only like £300 a month or whatever, and that I think that temporary job that I had, that was minimum wage. I think that was like was it three? No, it wouldn't be 3,000 a month because it'd be 30,000. I don't know. By 12. Well, I don't know. It probably wouldn't be that because then it'd be even less money. Probably. But yeah, I think I got more when I did that minimum wage job thing. But obviously now I get even less. But yeah, so it takes even longer to save up any money, really. Yeah, I don't know. Well, because it's just going to like a place with like a similar culture, really, and it's like I was thinking, do I really want to go back to like a place that has a similar culture, really, but they're like one of the only cheap places, and I don't know. People complain about Brazil how it's got lots of crime and stuff like that, but obviously I haven't been there, so I don't know really just what people have said. But yeah, so like the only other places are like Vietnam and Thailand and wherever, but yeah, it's where most people go. But other than that, like I haven't really been doing that much. I've just been thinking about that, really. But because I could do it, well, because I could hypothetically do it now, but I'd like have barely any money, really. Even if I did go somewhere like insanely cheap. Yeah, I don't know. Well, just something that I've been thinking about. It's yeah. I'll go and see if my pasta's a bit more done. thought I may as well just turn it up to the maximum heat, because yeah, no one's asking us any questions or anything like that, and obviously I haven't really been doing anything that interesting. I've just been like generally sort of doing stuff really. But I do definitely need to do stuff eventually, because it's just obviously I'm getting bored really, because nothing's really any different. But yeah, obviously it doesn't make any difference in the grand scheme of things. It's obviously I need to do it somewhat soon for a YouTube video probably. But I don't know if it would have been better if I just didn't bother doing the live streams really, and just waited until I saved up enough money and then did it really, because obviously doing a live stream every week, I don't really have that much to talk about really, and just like general stuff, and it's obviously probably not that interesting for people. But just because I thought people would be more interested if I did a live stream every week, but if nothing's really happening, and there's like, was it really worth it doing them really? I don't know, because I could have just done what I did before I went to Japan really, and just done nothing for like 3 months until I saved up enough money and then made a YouTube video, because that might have been better really, because instead of doing live streams where I don't have much to talk about. Yeah, because obviously yeah, it's a bit lame really, just doing live streams every week and I don't really have much to talk about really. But because obviously I don't really know what people would want really. Would they want us to do live streams every week so they have something to watch, or just do nothing until I save up enough money and then go on holiday and then do a YouTube video? But obviously no one really tells us anything, so I can only presume what people want us to do really. Just because I thought this might be better than what I did last time, where I just did nothing until I saved up enough money. But even then, doing this, like, is it really worthwhile? Because like no one's really that interested really, so I don't know if it was really worth it doing. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully my pasta will be done shortly, because I'll put it up to the maximum temperature. So, yeah. Well, because obviously I can't force people to ask questions, but it's like makes us think like, should I even bother? Because like, even if I was watching this live stream, it'd be like, he's not really talking about anything interesting, and like nothing's really going on really. But it was either doing this or like doing no YouTube videos or no live streams until I save up enough money and then do something again really. Just because I thought it might be a bit better if I did some live streams even if nothing's going on, but it's like what's the point if it's boring really? That's the thing. So I don't know. Well, I guess you could just say that about all of my videos really, and you could just say that about all of my videos and live streams, that it's boring and like my videos are rubbish, and the live streams are boring, so like, I don't know, you could just say that about everything really, about all of my videos and live streams, but yeah. It's a bit expensive really, like it's probably be like 2,500, probably something like that if I bought everything, and it'd probably be more worthwhile in the meantime to just go on holiday really and do videos, because getting that Jeep thing, like it would be alright for a live stream and like maybe a video, but it's just like, and like where would I put it really and stuff like that really. Well, I just keep thinking like generally like what's the point of even doing these live streams to like supposedly, because I think oh keep people interested and keep people happy, but like I don't really know what people want really, because yeah, people don't really tell us anything, but it's like, yeah, because I could have just done nothing, but I don't know. Like, was it just better to just do no videos or no live streams and just wait until I had enough money and tell no one about anything and just save up the money really, rather than just like rambling on about nothing and live streams really. I don't know, but I guess I've done it now, so I can't really go back in time. Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's just because I don't really have any like room or anything. It was because it was an interesting idea, but like it's not really practical because I don't have any land or anything like that to really use it. But the only place would be is like if I took it up to Scotland or something like that. But even if I did that, there's not really that much room to really put it anywhere. So yeah, I think it was something more to think about really, and like if I had like a minimum wage job or something like that, then yeah, because it would only cost us like a month's like wages pretty much. But if I did it now, it would take like months to just save up some like for some basically Chinese sort of random toy, basically. That's the thing. So I don't know. No way, because I don't have a job. So maybe the job centre's the work at it. I don't know. Getting moaned at by the job centre. Mental work. But yeah. Well, because I talked to the woman who I used to talk to at the job centre, and she said it was alright to see us, but I said in some ways it isn't, because obviously I'm in the same position as what I was last year, really. So yeah, it's in a way it's sort of a bit annoying that I saw the same woman that I had to talk to last year at the job centre, like the work coach person, but yeah. But it's the that you get from the government, really. Because you don't have a job, so what else are you supposed to do? Well, I'll see if my pasta's done, because I put it on the... Well, I think most people use like AI for like day trading nowadays, really. Like AI bot things or whatever. games that were like basically ravioli stuff with some sort of meat in and cheese or whatever, but I put some spam in it as well. I don't know, there's not really any new ones that are really that interesting. Like, people bought that remastered Oblivion game or whatever it is, but I think I got it on the PlayStation 3 already, I think. But there's like not any new games that I've been playing or anything like that. I haven't really been playing that many games. I played that prototype type game for a bit, that game or whatever. Played that for a bit, but other than that, like, I haven't really been playing that many games really. I've just been watching YouTube videos really. Well, because I've just had like a... Oh, no, it was on the PlayStation 3. It is on the PlayStation 3, like you can... or you can see... Well, it's not really very well, but... the PlayStation 3 logo. Well, people said that the second one isn't as good, apparently, because the only thing that's better is the graphics, apparently. Well, if I just had like I don't know, like a minimum wage job or something like that, everything would be more straightforward, but it's because I've barely get any money, so it takes forever to save any money to really do anything, really. Yeah, I've got both of the PS3 and the PS4 plugged into the TV. Look, I wasn't really bothered about getting the PlayStation 5 because apparently there's even like less new interesting games on that, really, so... And the PS4 wasn't really that good either, so... The only decent game was like maybe Red Dead Redemption 2, like I said about, but... Other than that, I'd probably just get a PC if I was gonna get some new type of game or something like that. Probably. Yeah. Well, because like even the PlayStation 4, like I didn't think it was that good, because on the PlayStation 3 you didn't have to pay for the online, the PlayStation Network thing or whatever it is, but on the PlayStation 4 you had to, and so I didn't really play that many games online really on the PlayStation 4 because it sort of put us off. Like, you had to pay for that online when the PlayStation 3 didn't have to, but we've shut down most of the servers now on the PlayStation 3. So, yeah. So I'd probably just get a PC if I was gonna play something that I haven't played before. Well, because I could hypothetically like book some of the stuff up next month, but the month after would be better. But like, because that would be when I'd have enough really to not have to worry about like, oh, I need to like try and find somewhere cheap enough to go. Because I'd have enough money then, but it depends if I don't want to wait that long or not. But it's probably just better to go somewhere cheap sooner, really. Well, possibly it's better to go somewhere cheaper sooner rather than waiting longer and going somewhere more expensive. I don't know. Because I can't like immediately do something because it's like I don't have enough money to really immediately do anything anyway. Like even the hotels are in the UK are expensive, like even more so than other countries. So it's like even if I was gonna stay somewhere, even in the UK for a week, it would be expensive. But it depends if I can go to some like cheap country sooner, really, or save up more money and go, I don't know, to some more expensive place. I don't know. But I need to go and do something really. But just, well, just because I keep thinking like doing these live streams, it sort of drags it out more, and like it just shows how like boring it is. Like really, when I don't really have enough money to do anything really. Like at least if I didn't do the live streams, it wouldn't sort of drag it out really. Like it would just like you just wait until like a have enough money, but like doing these live streams every week, it's sort of like it just shows how long it takes to save up enough money, really, and so I don't really know if I should be doing these, really, because I just sort of, yeah, because the live streams, it just sort of like makes it look like it shows how long it takes, and it drags it out more when, yeah, it's obviously because it's boring and like I don't really have anything to talk about. Because like, at least if I waited, like I'd have more stuff to talk about, but it's just because I thought doing this would be more interesting, but it does sort of like drag it out a bit, really. Well, it shows that it's like boring, really, when if I waited and like didn't do anything and then just did a video, like it would be maybe like, I don't know, less obvious and, I don't know, matter of fact that, yeah, I've got to wait this long to save up enough money. Even though I have said about it in the videos before that it took us this long to save up enough money to go anywhere, but just doing these live streams, it sort of shows that it takes so long when these live streams, because it just shows how boring it is really waiting to save up enough money, really. Just can't find one, so doing it, yeah, so I can't really do anything about that, really. But like, maybe I should just not do the live streams until I save up enough money, and then just do a video and do the live streams, because it just shows how boring it is, really, when like not doing anything. Like, at least you don't really, it's not like super, I don't know, like, yeah, it's like it shows what it's like, but it's like, I say that in the videos anyway, like, oh, it taken so many months to save up enough money, like just showing it in the live streams, it's like, yeah, it proves what I'm talking about, but what's the point of like doing that? Well, I guess it's like that hidden in my room guy where he just talks about drama and stuff all of the time, and like repeats the same stories that he's already talked about, so he doesn't really do anything different. But yeah, it just sort of annoys us that it just shows how boring stuff is, just waiting around, really. Well, yeah, that would be alright if you actually got some vague amount of money, but like I barely get anything to even warrant really having a whiteboard to write a budget down, so it's just a waste of time doing that for me, really. Well, yeah, but like it's not really like, because obviously you got to make like I don't know, a vaguely somewhat interesting video really, and I think going on holiday at least it's like sort of vaguely a bit more interesting really. I don't know. Well, because the only thing I could do is maybe just do the sort of the delivery driving thing, but just do it on a bike instead, really. But even then, when I tell my parents about it, they keep complaining, saying that it'd be too dangerous and stuff like that. Well, yeah, but I'm just not that desperate. Then even if you did it, it'd be awkward to sell them, really, because obviously you're selling a still-in TV, so it's like gonna be obvious that who stole the TVs when you're trying to sell them to people, really. But I don't know. I need to do something really, because well, I did that text to speech thing and put it in the description of the live stream, but I don't know if it works or not. But even that's not really changes anything really. I'll go and wash this pan out downstairs. Because if I had a job, then everything would be easier. But I've been trying to get a job for years at this point. Maybe, but I'll need to save up more money really. Well, because like maybe I should just do the live streams less often, really, because then I'll have more to talk about. It's like, well, because I've almost got enough, but just like I probably shouldn't really do the live streams every week because it's like nothing's really happened enough to even like really warrant making them really. Well, because I've just been looking at like flights and hotels and stuff in different countries, but it's either like going somewhere that's like a cheap hotel, but it's far away, so the flight's more expensive, or go somewhere closer that's more expensive, but the flight's cheaper because it's less of a distance. So, but I guess I don't know, because obviously it doesn't really make that much difference in the grand scheme of things. Cause if the flight's more expensive, then it doesn't really change anything. Yeah, but people don't learn, and I just sort of sit here with nothing to talk about because doing a live stream every week, like, what's the point, really? Like, I should have just done what I did before, really, and just done like no live streams until I just waited until I saved up enough money, really. I don't know. I might have enough, but like it's gonna be very close type of thing where it's like I'll barely have enough even for like the cheapest place that I could find in any random country. I'll probably like only barely have enough to really go, really, but yeah. Just doing these live streams, it just makes us more impatient because I'm just not really talking about much because nothing's happening, and it just annoys me really more, really, because it just shows us that how long it takes and how lame it is that I've got to wait so long to save up any like vague amount of money because I've barely get anything. I don't know. Well, because if I didn't do the live streams or anything like that, I'd probably be fine because it'd be like I don't have to really talk about anything, so it doesn't like annoy us. Because when I talk about it, it just reminds us of like how slow everything is and stuff like that. Because just doing these live streams, it just makes us want to get it over and done with sooner, really. And if I didn't do this, I wouldn't really think like that, because I wouldn't really be bothered if I had to talk about it, really. If I didn't have to talk about it. Well, I put the text to speech thing in the live stream that the guy asked to, but I don't know if it works or not. But I edited the URL, but I don't know. Even if that doesn't work, I'll have to find something different because I changed the URL to get it to work, even though it was in Spanish for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, because I've already talked about the situation, really, because there's only so many times I can really talk about it because it's like, what can I do really? Yeah, the URL for the text to speech thing was in Spanish, but I had to. Well, some of it was weird because some of it was in Spanish and some of it was in English for some reason. So I had to change it for some reason. But I don't know if it works, but if it doesn't, then yeah. It doesn't really change anything, but yeah. Well, that's what most of the people want, really. It's just like, oh, you should be like hiding in my room, really, where you do like drama videos and stuff like that. But I guess like at least he had something to talk about when he did do his drama videos and stuff like that, even though it showed that, I don't know, it made people think that he wasn't a very good person and stuff like that, but at least he had something to talk about. But even then, it'd be, even in my position, I couldn't really, it'd be difficult to do that really, but I could hypothetically do that if I really wanted to, but it depends how really worthwhile that is, really. Because I said that to the Scottish guy in Tokyo, that it's either do the random drama videos and potentially get more views because it's like some random drama thing, or just do what I'm doing now really and vaguely do something more interesting if something happens. Well, I don't know. It's like well, at the moment, I don't really have that. It's not really a choice to make, really, that I can make. So, well, I guess in a hypothetical, I don't know. You could try it, I guess, but realistically, that I can't really. It's not really a choice I can make, really. Well, I did, but like the barely got any views when I did them. But even then, it's like it just goes back to what's like I shouldn't really care about the views of the videos because it's not really why I made the YouTube channel in the first place. Really, it was something to do, and even now I don't really get an amazing amount of views compared to other people with other YouTube channels. So there's not really any point worrying about it. Well, it's just because I'm not really, I don't know. It's just because I don't really have like that much enthusiasm for anything. Because I think like, what's the point really when I just think I'm boring and like lame and like nothing's really going on to warrant really talking about it. Even like going on holiday and like doing what I did in Osaka and stuff like that. Even last year, that's was even a stretch in my opinion, really, of something interesting to even talk about. But I guess like what would I think about doing about otherwise? Really, like it's like them people where they do the YouTube videos where they, I don't know, skydive or something like that. You'd have to like keep doing them type of videos over and over again, really. And you'd probably get one out after a while of doing that type of stuff, really, even if you did think it was interesting the first time around, really. Well, that's what the people at the job centre say, but now they just basically just make jokes, really, and just say that, oh, you like seeing us at the job centre, because, like, even they know, like, I can't really change anything, so probably even they're getting frustrated, really. Yeah. Well, because the main reason why I watched Hiding in My Room was because I thought he was relatable. Really, that's why I watched him for. But obviously, everyone else watched him for the drama, really, and yeah. But like it, because I sort of like can't really relate to that, really, of liking someone for the drama, really, because I just liked him because he was sort of similar, supposedly, because he supposedly had, like, he couldn't really talk to people very well, and like, even when I watched his live streams when he was like, didn't want to go into a restaurant to like order food and stuff like that because he was too scared to go and order the food. Like, I thought it was relatable, but like, yeah, even then he said himself that he just does it for the YouTube videos and the live streams and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. Because it was even that guy in Tokyo that I met. He just says he likes the watching Hiding in My Room's videos for the sort of the morbid curiosity of like watching someone who's got a, I don't know, worse life than what he does, and like it seems interesting, and like you can see what sort of crazy sort of thing he does next type of thing. But I was never like that, really. I just naively thought he was relatable. It wasn't really anything to do with the drama, really. But that's why, because I think my own videos are pretty rubbish, really, because I think, like, why would, if people like the drama and stuff like that, then, like, even the sort of the vague amount of people who do watch the YouTube videos and the live streams, like I don't really know why, really, because I don't know if I would really do the same if I was on the other end watching my own videos and my own live streams, really. That sort of is the main thing that sort of like, I don't know, puts us off, really. But like, what else do I think I would do otherwise, really? Because it's not like it's, or I can make stuff into some like action movie or like something like that to make my life more interesting, really. Yeah, pretty much. Well, because obviously I'm bored all day, and obviously I overthink stuff and just, I don't know, just constantly worry about stuff because I'm just stuck with my own thoughts, really. So that's why I just overthink and worry about stuff all the time, because I don't really do anything. So, because I'm not really the type of person where I just like, don't know, blindly go through life and don't worry about stuff. Because at least the sort of the holidays where I go and talk to people and stuff like that, it sort of gives us something to vaguely talk about. But even then, it's like stressing and worrying about stuff, which I shouldn't do either. But what else would I do otherwise, really? Because it's not like I can change anything. So, like, yeah. But I guess you could say that about anything, really. Like, but even when I had that minimum wage job, it was sort of like, at least I was sort of doing something and like sort of took my mind off stuff. But yeah. But it's mostly just gonna be doing that all over again for something for something to do. Really, it's like, yeah, doing it as a YouTube video is interesting, I guess, because it's in a different location, but it's just doing it more for something for me to do, really, and something different to do, but it's sort of like stressful and annoying, but yeah, because I have to force myself to do it every time, but yeah, it's not like anything's going to be different if I don't do it. Oh, I was going to, but like I would have been had to paid the £30,000 in the student loan thing or whatever, and I would have only been able to do like university courses that like you can't really get a job out of, like sociology and psychology and stuff like that, like all of the like engineering and stuff like that. You had to have more qualifications for. You had to have like 5 GCSEs instead of 2, for example. So yeah, so I couldn't do them. So well, because that's the way that I'm always like, really, I just constantly overthink stuff and like worry about stuff, really, and just like need to force myself to do stuff, really, to just I don't know. I don't really know why, because it doesn't really help us in any way, but it's because I don't know, prove myself to myself, really, that I can do stuff that I don't know, tell myself that I want to do, really. Even if other people don't believe us, like, it's just to, I don't know, prove to myself that I can do it, really. Yeah, huh. Well, I did IT qualifications, like I did level 1 and level 2 ICT, but it didn't really make any difference. Like I did a marketing course and stuff like that, and that didn't make any difference either. Just doing all these random qualifications and going for job interviews and stuff like that, and it doesn't make any difference whatever way. I don't know, she's alright. She's playing Elder Scrolls Oblivion or whatever it is. I played it a bit, but I was just surprised that she bought that type of game, because it's a single player game and she usually doesn't like that type of games really. But she said it was something to do, so yeah. But sort of like because my brother and like my sister don't really, they're just happy like being stuck here forever pretty much, and like just doing the little job and stuff like that. But so I think like would that be better if I just did that really, because then I wouldn't constantly overthink stuff all the time. I'd just be happy like just doing my little thing really, and yeah, just being unemployed forever. I don't know, because it's like that anyway. Even when I'm overthinking about stuff. Well, that's why I don't know if I should have even done these live streams really, because it's just like angry, well, annoyed rambling about the same sort of stuff. I can't change really. That's why I keep thinking, should I even done these live streams in the first place? Because it's just like annoyed rambling about the stuff that I can't change. Because at least the holidays are a sort of temporary, sort of different thing, but just doing this, it just sort of talking about the same sort of thing I do all the time anyway. So yeah, well, I'm like that anyway though. Like even when I was on the holiday in Osaka, I kept thinking about stuff, even though it was less often. I was still like that anyway. Because like when the doctor said, "Oh, yeah, some of your hair fell out from stress," and he said, "Oh, it's from continued stress." Like, well, he said from losing your job, but like obviously doing all this other stuff doesn't really help, and so I don't really think that's going to change anytime soon either. Well, yeah, but like that's what everyone says, saying like it's gonna be easy, but I've applied for all them type of jobs and it makes no difference. And it doesn't help that my parents only want us to do specific jobs anyway, so. Well, because I just hate myself that I just keep talking about the same lame, annoying stuff that I can't change really, but what else is there to really talk about in the grand scheme of things? I could just sit here in silence and not say anything, because otherwise I don't really have anything to talk about, because I can't really change any of my circumstances. I don't know. Because that's why it's sort of, I keep thinking like there's no point really doing these live streams, because it's either like that's all I've got to talk about really. Because it's either that or sit here in silence and not say anything. Well, I'll get some more juice in the meantime, I guess. because it's the windows probably aren't very thick, probably. Well, because I just like constantly get annoyed with myself that I just limited by circumstances, really. But yeah. No, it's just orange juice. Well, it was like even when I was in Osaka, when I couldn't find anyone to talk to, I got really annoyed with myself, even though it was just that I don't know, I just got unlucky that I couldn't really find anyone to talk to. But it was like, yeah, it's just I get annoyed with myself easily, really. Well, because it's mostly just because I find life so insanely boring, though. That's the main thing, really. Because every day is the same, and I just get insanely bored of it. Well, I met that Zim Zam guy as well, though, and I talked to that group of women, but I mean, the the day before I couldn't find anyone, even though I looked for the entire week and I couldn't find anyone. I got annoyed with myself, but it was I don't know, the time of day or whatever it was that I couldn't find anyone to talk to. But it's just like, I probably shouldn't do that, really, where I just get annoyed with myself easily. But yeah, it's just because I want to do what I set out to do, really, and I don't know, fulfill my promise to myself of this is what I'm gonna do. I need to get it done, really. So it annoys us when I can't do it, really. Well, I met that Zim Sam guy in Tokyo, and we just went to Akihabara and stuff like that. But it was something different for a holiday. But well, because I was on holiday, that's what I mean. But I don't know if it was really that worthwhile in any other circumstance. But I don't know. Well, I'll think about it, but it's just like I don't really have much money anyway. So oh well, I'll have a look. But I don't know if it'll really be any different from going to Osaka or anything like that. Yeah, no, but I mean, like, because I didn't really know what he wanted. Really, he just said that he wanted to meet up. Really. Yeah, well, because Japan's sort of like similar to England, really. Like it's sort of like a weird version of England, really, where they even drive on the same side of the road and like basically they all drive the similar sort of cars and stuff like that, and the roads are the same size and stuff. Well, I tried to learn Japanese, but then I just forgot it all really, and like I don't know. Well, I wouldn't really say it's. I don't know. Well, it depends what area of England, I guess. But maybe slightly better, but that's about it. Really, I wouldn't say it's like some amazing utopia place. I'll just say maybe it's like slightly better, maybe because of I don't know. Just because it's nice to have a wander around, really, and you can. It's relatively peaceful, even though it's like not that much different. But I would say if it depends what area of England it is, really. But uh, they're probably around about the same, really. But it depends on what area of the UK, really. I would say if you're doing the comparison. And that briefly went off. Alright. Yeah, I don't know really, because like Thailand and the Philippines is expensive to go, even if it is like a cheap country, it's the flight that's the most expensive. Well, because it was just something different to do to go and meet that guy in Tokyo, but it's like, yeah, he did talk about hiding in my room a lot for some reason, but I didn't really know what he wanted. He just said to meet up. But I guess it's like that, even with most of the viewers on my channel, really, they talk about him a lot for some reason, so it's not really any different. Well, because like people like being obsessed by a country, it sort of puts us off. Really, it's like the people who are like obsessed about Japan. It sort of puts us off from liking it, really, because it's like, why do they have to be so obsessed about it, and then get annoyed if anyone like sort of has any fake sort of criticism towards it? It sort of puts us off, because even on the Japanese TV, like the say Japan's like amazing and stuff like that. It sort of puts us off when I watch that NHK thing or whatever, and they say, oh, this green tea is amazing, and it's like Japanese green tea's the best green tea ever, and stuff like that. Sort of puts us off from liking it, really, because like they don't even consider any other country what if hypothetically it isn't, then yeah, it just sort of puts us off. Yeah. because like I like Japan, but it's not like I'm super obsessed by it. Really, I don't really think it's like it's the most amazing country in the world. I just think it's decent and it's like has its good points and its bad points. So I wouldn't really say it's like amazing in every way. And like if you criticize it, it's bad or whatever. If you criticize it. But even though that I talked to my dad about that Zim Zam guy, but he said that he might be gay. Apparently, he was saying about, but I don't know how true that is. But he said that that's why he thought he seemed like when I was talking to him about him, because he said that he seemed suspicious when I was just talking about him. I don't know. Even though I said that he had a girlfriend, but he said that he could have just been making it up, apparently. That's what my dad said anyway when I was talking to him about it. Well, I don't know if you're talking to me, but no, my dad isn't bald. But yeah. Well, because next month I'll see if I can book something up. But I don't know. It depends. I'll have to look at my bank account to see how much I have. Probably find somewhere cheap to go on holiday, really, and to well, because I think the videos are more interesting, really, a bit, really, when I go on holiday somewhere, and do some more live streams, I guess. But yeah, well, because I think they're vaguely a bit more interesting when I do them when I'm on holiday. But yeah. Well, because at the moment, like basically everywhere's too expensive, really. Even like I don't know, even like Northern Africa or whatever, it was still too expensive. But yeah, it's just because I think if I go on holiday somewhere, the live streams and the videos might be a bit more interesting, really, because I don't know, doing it in a different setting, I guess, though, and it gives us a bit more motivation to do stuff, really, like I've said before. Well, I don't know, because I was looking at basically looking at around the entire world of like, is there any like places that are insanely cheap for a week? Yeah. Well, because it goes off the distance of the flight, really, that's the main thing, really. Because the closer to where you are, it's obviously cheaper. That's the thing, really. Because even if the hotel's really cheap, the flights, if it's like a really far away place, then the flight's expensive. So then it doesn't make that much of a difference. Well, there was Airbnbs in Ukraine, which were suspiciously cheap, but yeah, which I thought was funny, but which I was surprised about. I didn't expect to see that they still have them in Ukraine, but they do. I don't know, because that's what people said when I was in Japan. That I should have went to a hostel and tried to talk to people in there, but it was because I like being alone, really, and I don't know, just doing my own thing, really. Well, yeah, no, but my family would be like, oh, you can't even, like, they wouldn't even want us to go there 'cause it'd be even more dangerous because obviously you might get killed in an artillery strike or something like that. Like even Kiev or something like that, it'd be like you might get, I don't know, killed by a drone or something like that just for a cheaper Airbnb. Or is the price of the cheap Airbnb worth of possibly getting killed in a drone strike? I don't know. Like if that's the case, you might as well just go right up next to the like the where the actual fighting is, really. If you were just going to do that, really. At least then the hotels would be even cheaper. Well, yeah, but I don't. Depends if I'd have enough money, really, and it would be like that. I forgot what it was called. That Coach Red Pill guy or whatever, where he stayed in Ukraine and he said something bad about Ukraine and then he got sent to prison. So I don't know if it would be like that, really. You'd have to be like insanely careful about what you say, really, and like not criticize Ukraine in any way. Otherwise, you might get arrested. Yeah. So it would be that as well as having to like worry about not getting killed in an artillery strike or like just for like a cheap Airbnb. I don't know how worth it would be. I don't know. Yeah. Well, because if I was gonna do that, I'd have to bring like a tent and a sleeping bag probably if I was gonna do that, really, because there'd probably be like a hole in the roof or something like that, probably. So you'd have to bring a tent with you and a sleeping bag, probably. One's car alarm's gone off. Oh, yeah. Well, because it's what that someone did. They went to Ukraine on holiday and then they got uh, interrogated by the British police when they got back home. They asked about what they were doing in Ukraine and stuff like that, even though they just went there on holiday. Make for an interesting live stream if you get drone striked in the middle of the live stream, it would make it more interesting. But yeah, it's probably not really worth it. Yeah. Well, because people were trying to leave Ukraine, why would you want to? Because even if I did go somewhere cheap, the only cheap places are far away, so I'd still need to. Like, it's probably just better to go somewhere closer, really, because the thing that's most expensive is the flight, really. Even if the Airbnb is more expensive. Because like Italy was like 500 quid for like the flight and the hotel for a week, even though it's basically double the price as what I paid for it in Osaka, but the flight will be cheaper. Yeah, I looked at Serbia and Albania as well, but there's not really any flights really, and most of the places are just like some like holiday house in the middle of nowhere, really. So it'd be a bit awkward to get to, really. But like around that sort of areas, like the cheap places, really. But the whole of Europe's more expensive than most other places, really. When I was looking, well, the hotel was like 300 and something, and the flight was like £900. So uh, like 1,200 sort of for 2 weeks, pretty much. So. But that was I already had some money already before then already, but now I've only got like 500 quid at the moment, and next month I'll only have like 800. So it's like if I did want to go to Japan again, I'd have to save up even more, so, and it would take longer. So it's probably just better to go somewhere cheaper. But yeah, I'll probably end the live stream, really. I just keep thinking I don't know if it's better to just not do live streams and just wait until I've saved up enough money and then just do the live streams and the videos when I actually get there, really, rather than just doing them every week, really. The live streams or whatever, because there's something to talk about. I don't know. Mm. Well, if people like them, I guess I can keep doing them, but it just reminds us of like how drawn out everything and stuff usually is. But I guess if people like them, I guess I can keep doing them. But it just reminds us of how boring everything is. But yeah, I guess I can keep doing them. I guess. Fine, I'll keep doing them. Whatever. I'll probably do one next Saturday anyway, probably. Well, yeah, but the adventures are the holidays, though, that's the thing, really. And I need to save up money every time I need to do them, really. Because even holidays, I mean, hotels in the UK, they're expensive, so even then I'd need to save up money. Yeah. Well, because it was like last time where I didn't do any live streams or videos, and people didn't really seem that annoyed that I didn't really do anything, really, so I was just thinking, is it really worth doing them next time? Because I'm basically just waiting for pretty much the same length of time anyway. For the saving up the basically the similar amount of money. But yeah, anyway, I'll probably do a live stream next Saturday. I'll see you next time, I guess. Even though I just feel fed up all the time, but I guess I'll do one next week anyway. Since people are asking. But yeah. Bye for now anyway.